listen, if you are faced against something crazy, where's your track shoes?
Come on, man.
Bro, put on them track shoes. You know, like, because it's about living, bro. It's not about being tough. You know what I'm saying? And being young at that time, maybe that's a situation where, you know, I couldn't leave. I couldn't run because I was with a group. Now, if I was by myself, like if I was by myself, you know, I could make that decision. But, you know, I would never run on a person or a group of people that I'm with, because now you leaving your people. What type of person are you to do that?
Bring your energy. This brand is truly for us.
Black Bread University.
Man, we back like we never left.
Yeah, because we ain't never left.
We ain't never left, man. We ain't going nowhere, man.
Let's go. Where we at, though?
Welcome. This is Mark Edmond.
And Jamel Lewis.
This
Black
is
Bread.
Episode 4.
Yeah, Black Bread University.
Hey,
Black
man.
Bread Show.
Black Bread Show, man. Welcome back. Today, man, we're going to have a really cool show, man. We're going to have a lot of fun today, man.
Always. Every day.
Hey, man, so what you been up to, man?
What have I been up to? Been up to a lot. You know what? We actually been doing some family time. So
Nice.
Work is good. Shout out to you, bro. First and foremost. Even over the weekend, the last piece of work that I got from you, bro, blowing my phone up with exceptional, stellar work and just brainstorming and you just being the visionary that you are, bro.
For sure.
I'm amazed by just the information I received even while I was on my family time.
Man. Man, you know, I appreciate you as well, man. Shout out to you as well, because you do the same thing. And that's one thing, you know, like our focus is razor sharp. And it's so crazy because sometimes when you just out relaxing with your family, you got a business partner that's just like still on it, still razor sharp, and just sending you, you know, information and you know, and getting you to that next level. And that's so critical, you know, and I don't think a lot of people realize how important it is to really, you know, build a solid team, you know, individuals that you can trust, individuals that's going to put in the work.
Yes.
You know, because there's a lot of people out here that fake like they doing the work and they ain't doing the work, you know, but when you got those guys with you or them gals, you know, that's actually willing to put in that work, I think that's priceless, man. So, you know, I'm glad I was able to kind of do some work while you was enjoying your family time, because there's so many times where you doing the work and I'm enjoying my family, man. But, you know, today's been a great day, man. You know, I feel so good. I feel like repowered. I feel rejuvenated.
Where's all this coming from, man?
Man, listen, today, you know, man, I rededicated myself to Jesus Christ, man. I got baptized today, you know, with my 7-year-old son and my wife. You know, it's something that we've been wanting to do for a long time, you know, just kind of rededicate, get back into the word, you know, way more than what we was, and just kind of correcting some flaws and mistakes that we had in the past, you know. So, you know, I'm so honored, you know, to be able to do that, you know, and share that with my son. And actually, the crazy story is, it was my son who asked me if we can get baptized.
Wow.
You know, and he's only 7, right? So he was like, "Dad, I really want to give my life to Jesus. Can I get baptized?" And I was like, "Absolutely." You know, of course. You know, I'm like, I'm signing you up right now. He was like, "Can you do it with me?" And it's something I thought about. I was like, you know, I've been baptized before, but, you know, to have that, to renew that dedication, because, hey, I'm not perfect, man. I slipped. You know, I've seen things, done things, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, probably don't line up all the time, you know, with how I want to live my life moving forward, bro.
Yeah.
And so for me, just kind of get that new, that rejuvenized energy, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of getting back to square one. It's a beautiful feeling, man. So I'm extremely grateful for that, for sure.
Wow. Shout out to you. Shout out to your whole family for that.
Bro.
And everybody listening and watching, you can do the same thing, man.
Please.
Every day. We
rededicate. Sometimes, you know, wherever you guys are at, you know, if you have the opportunity, rededicate. Go get baptized, you know, give your life to the Lord, you know, because when I tell you this, and this is going to separate me from everybody else that got podcasters on this type of network.
Let's go.
When I tell you, man, the number one secret sauce that no one is really talking about is Jesus. Is giving your life to Christ. And when I say that, you know, it sounds like it's such a horrible like task. Like I'm not hard thing to do. And the reality is, you know, Jesus wants the best for you. You know, he wants the best for you. You know, he's going to challenge you. It's going to be some challenging things, but you become renewed, you know, and he's going to open up doors for you that normally wouldn't be open, man. You know, you got that Holy Spirit with you, you know, everywhere you go, that's going to, you know, protect you, you know, kick in doors and do different things for you, you know. And when I tell you people that is drawn to me, people who I'm drawn to, you know, like powerful partnerships, powerful relationships, that when I really sit back and realize like the conversations I just had with certain individuals, I'm like, wow, how did I qualify to be in this room? Like, who qualified me to sit here and talk to billionaires? You know, and they're so interested into me and what we're doing and what we're about. You know, it's like, how did we get to this point? And then that's the realization, like, man, it's because you legit gave your life to Christ. You know, you doing the best you can do, you know, and he got your best interest in mind, man.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
Yes.
That's how we got here. That's
how we got here, man.
We are here. And
so we just separate ourselves from everybody else, man.
Hey, you want to separate yourself, make that move. That move. And it's daily, bro. And again.
It's daily.
Again.
Yeah.
You mentioned building a team.
Yeah.
That is the firmest foundation that you can start your team with. Even having that accountability, not only with yourself, with your family, but aligning yourself with other families that are walking and going in that same direction.
Exactly.
Fellas, if you know your crew, your homies, you are who you hang around. You become who you spend the most time with in your life. So,
hey, what Mama Lou used to say?
Man, show me your friends,
and I'll show you your
future. Yeah. Real talk, bro. That's a real thing. It's cool to kick it. It's cool to have fun. It's cool to celebrate. But it's even better to have something to celebrate. Number one.
Yeah.
And just knowing who you aligning yourself with, it's gonna determine where you're gonna end up. You know what I mean, in the long run. And
hey, man, because you know you walk different, you move different. You know, you have that favor in your life, and you know it. You know, people look at me all the time and say like, hey, something different about you. Yeah. And, you know, in a moment, I don't think of what it is. I'm like, well, you know, I hope it's a good thing. And then, you know, I think, man, you know, it's that favor. You know, Jamel walks with it. He carries it as well. You know, and it's something that we instilling in our children as well. So it's extremely important. Whatever your faith is, you know, go in with it, you know, because that's what's important. You know, you guys want to really buckle down with that and put that first. And when you put that first, and you got your family, after your family, then you got your business, and everything's going to be in order. Once you in order and you lined up, you are ready to get to that next level. Yes. A lot of you guys, the reason why your company is not at that next level, because you're not in order yet. You know, you're relying on what you feel like you can do.
Yes. And
everything is all on you, and it's you, in the world full of yous, right? When at the reality is like, it's not about me. It's not about Jamel. It's not about you. It's about God. It's about our families and what we instilling in people and how we leaving people and how we praying for people and different things of that nature. So, you know, just want to say that, man. So shout out to Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir. The big homie. That's the only thing that'll last. Right. That's the only thing that'll stand. That's the only thing that'll last.
Period.
And that makes me think of a quick story. I think I told you this before. I was watching a documentary. I believe it was on Quincy Jones.
Okay.
And they were just, you know, of course, this is, you know, behind the scenes, the secret sauce, man. How did you do what you did? Obviously, let's just say Michael Jackson Thriller. How did you do that? You know what I mean? How did that come about? And he was saying, obviously building the right team, having the right writers, having the right, you know, producers, having the right musicians in the room, man, you got Michael Jackson in the room.
Exactly.
That's something in and of itself, right?
Shout out to the king, man. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson.
Yeah. So you got all of you put all of these great people together, you know, and that's what they're asking him, man. How did you even do that? How did you pull this off? You know, the greatest records of all time. Man, he was like, man, that's for him. He's like, man, that's about 85% of it. And they're like, what's the other 15%? He said, you know, he got still. He said, man, you got to leave 15% for the magic.
For the magic.
And they said, what's the magic? He said, God.
God is the
magic.
magic.
You got to leave room for God. You know what I mean? Bro, I think about business, and I've been in situations where, truthfully speaking, bro, or even life, was just like, there's nothing else I can do.
Yeah,
even talking to God, bro, like, man, there's nothing else that I feel I can do. Far from perfect, far from doing everything right. Yeah. But like, God, I'm in a jam. I'm in a box. I'm in a bind. There's nothing else I can do for this business. There's nothing else I could think to do that can, you know, get my family out of this jam. What do I do? What do I do? Yeah. Hey, and you said all the time, bro, be still.
Be still. Be
still.
And that's something I live by. You know, it's critical that, you know, once you know, because it's a lifelong process, right? It's not nothing that you could just, you know, turn over, you know, overnight. You know, it's dedication, like you said earlier. Those devotionals, that is daily. You know, and when you read the word, you know, you're not just reading it for the sake of reading it. You read it to kind of get an understanding of what this story means to you. Yeah. You know, what do this verse mean for you? You know, and when you figure that out and you can apply it to your life, that's where the magic is at. You know, and so when I read, you know, be still, you know, peace be still, like for me, it told me, like, man, when I'm going through my storms, when I'm on my ship and it's rocking and it's storming and I feel like, yo, we're gonna crash out, like something's crazy is gonna happen, I just thank God and I just be still. Yeah. Because it's at that point in that moment that I allow God to be God. Yeah. You know, and allowing God to be God is just being still and taking yourself out of it. You know, because the only thing I can do is make something worse. Yep. Right? All I can do. If I get into it with somebody, it's either I can just be still and walk away, or I can escalate and make it worse. Wow. You know, and I think sometimes we treat our businesses like that. You know, it's times where you just need to go somewhere and be still, you know, and take a journal and just write out random thoughts. The first thing that comes to your mind, you're looking for that next big idea. Right. You're looking for that next way of how to get your company from the A to B. Man. You know, and you can't think of nothing. You racking your brain. You calling your friends. You're doing all these brainstorming. But what you're not doing is being still. What you're not doing is praying. You know, sometimes you got to pray for your answer.
That trial you in is a part of it.
It's a part of it.
It's a part of it, and you're in whatever season or whatever storm you're in for a reason. I remember being years ago. I was riding in the car, me and my sister, a couple of our close friends at the time, and I remember on the expressway. I don't know if something happened. I don't know if it was something in the road, but the car just started nearly just felt like it was going crazy. You know what I mean? And you know how they say when you losing control of a car,
go with it.
Don't try to get back on track. And sure enough, we did that a couple times and ended up hydroplaning, spinning around like 3 or 4 times, and the car ended up going reversed, backing into a ditch. Wow. But literally, it was cars in front of us, cars behind us. The whole time we spinning around. Thank God we didn't hit nothing. Nothing happened. And even going down in the ditch, I'm like, how far are we going to go down into this ditch before something crazy happened? Car ended up stopping. Everything was cool. Wow. But again, a lot of times it's like in your business, in your life, with your brand or whatever you're trying to do, it's like you can get caught up in doing the work and making sure you're on point and so on and so forth, and even just wanting it so bad, wanting things to work, wanting things to pan out, that it could be certain roadblocks or certain things that's happening or certain failures that are actually going to work out in your good, but you steady trying to go against the grain because you scared to spin around, you scared to you scared to go backwards, you scared for something bad to happen, and it's like, yo, that ditch was the safest place we could have been.
100%.
It was the safest place. It was cars coming. It was so just like a lot of times, man, just being still and again going back to that team aspect, man.
Team, bro.
It's tough when you trying to do it alone, bro. You can go. I posted the other day. You can go fast alone. You can go far together. You know what I mean? Go together. So those things really, really play a long part because sometimes it's not even just the whole thing being still. It's like sometimes you need to be still. Maybe
just
somebody else can pick up some slack.
Hey, you know what?
Just
long enough, for you to get your instructions and for you to be obedient. Which reminds me of a story I had. One day coming from out of town, visiting some cousins. My mother's sisters, my aunties, and my cousins, and it was late night, probably like 11:30 at night. We driving back to Chicago. Yeah. Bro, it was a 2-lane highway. And inside this car, just to kind of paint the picture, it was myself, I was driving, my mother, my sisters, my 2 little brothers, right? So I had pretty much my entire family outside of my father in this car. And my mom trusted me to drive. And I'm like, cool. My whole mission at that point was I'm getting us home.
Right.
Period. And so I'm driving. It's dark, you only can see maybe 200 feet ahead of you, something like that. And it's pitch black, man. And as I'm riding, it's pretty quiet in the car. I turn on some gospel music, not too loud because I didn't want to wake up nobody. And my mom, she was up. And as we rolling, something told me, like, switch lanes. I had no idea why, because I was chilling. And I was chilling in a slow lane, so I wasn't even in like the passing lane.
Right.
And out the blue, I had no reason to I still got like 4 hours left before I get to Chicago. Yeah. And something said, switch lanes. So I said, okay. Had no reason. I was the only car on the road. Yeah. I switched lanes. When I tell you, once I switched into the passing lane, less than 15 seconds later, a car coming down the wrong way, full speed ahead, flying, was in that lane.
Wow.
I did not even see it. Meaning, literally, if I was there, if I would took 15 seconds, bro,
right,
to think about if I should switch lanes, my entire family could have been wiped out. Yeah. And that's what I mean when that Holy Spirit is guiding you and with you, in the importance of listening, the importance of being conscious. Later found out, because that person ended up hitting somebody.
Wow.
And he was a drunk driver. He got on the expressway on the wrong side. He's thinking he's on the right side, and he is flying the wrong way on the wrong side of the expressway, on the highway.
Wow.
So people always say, man, thank you for being obedient. Thank you for being obedient and this and that. Man, listen, being obedient sometimes could be life or death.
Not just for you.
Not just for you.
Or you had other lives in
people
your hand.
that's connected with you, people who you love most. And sometimes being disobedient, you'll be the only one survive.
Yeah.
So now you got to live the rest of your life with that. That's heavy to live with. Especially because you heard the voice say, switch lanes. Wow. So after that really taught me, I'm always listening to the voice that's in my head. For those who's non-believers, hey, if you want to call it a conscience, if you want to call it, the universe or your inner self or whatever that is you want to say, that's fine, cool. For me, I'm going to call it the Holy Spirit.
But listen.
For me, I'm going to say, hey, I'm listening to that guidance, because A, the Holy Spirit is not going to steer me wrong, and B, I'm not going to steer me wrong. So if something says switch lanes, I'm switching lanes. You know, and sometimes it might say switch lanes on people, right? It might say, hey, you gotta switch circles. You gotta get around more like-minded people. You can't get this blessing right here because because of the individuals that you're around. You can't go to that next level because this next level is meant for you and not meant for him or not meant for her, you know. And sometimes you have to do that, you know. And coming into this, it is a lot of sacrificing. You know, it is a lot of, you have to do things that's hard. You know, sometimes it's hard, telling a close friend, hey, man, I need some space, and doing that. Yeah. But if that's what it's called for you to do in that moment, you got to do it. You could explain it. You could say, hey, I love you. I don't, not like you, but pick somewhere you want to go, and I'm just going to go the opposite direction.
And you can't, to do that, you can't be afraid to rock the boat.
You can't. Oh, no, you got to rock the boat.
Because your life depends on it, and the people you are supposed to be reaching and affecting positive change in their lives depend on it. 100%. So you got to make the decision not only for yourself, but for your family and for the people that you are, like you said, the people that you driving.
Yeah,
make sure that they safe. If you didn't make that decision, if you didn't listen to that voice, then I'm not going to even think of where y'all would be.
And exactly, you know what I'm saying? For sure.
So your life depends on it, but a lot of times you be hanging on to people because of the history of this or that, or you've been manipulated by those things. We've been doing this for this long, we've been there for that long. It's like, that's cool, bro. I live with the memories. I'm grateful for the memories, but I ain't grateful or great with what we doing and where we at because this is not where I'm supposed to be. I got something that I need to do, and like you said, it might not involve you, and if it doesn't, I can't be afraid to make that move.
You can't make that move, man. And listen, we have to understand when people make that move on us, right? Sometimes
it could be you,
because it could be you, it could be me. If you need to make a move and distance yourself from me because I'm not aligned and I can't be a part of that blessing, I understand. I don't take anything personal. I'm not that. Unless you hit me in the head with a rock or something like that, like intentional. Like I'm not going to take it personal because I understand what it means to grow, and I understand what you got to do sometimes to grow. Because sometimes when you become saved, when you are saved, it means disappearing. You can't always show up at the same bar you used to show up to all the time because you was living a different type of lifestyle. Right. You can't stay out till midnight or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning at an old girl house because, certain things can happen that probably shouldn't be happening, so you can't do that. So when you live in this type of lifestyle, it is a shift. It is a change. And normally that change is you disappearing.
Right.
Which also bring me to my next point of how important is it to be a man of your word or a woman of your word? Mean what you say what you mean, and that's period. That's it. Yeah. That's the end of it. Because I feel like in business, you are as good as your handshake. Obviously, we have paperwork. Obviously, we assign on the dotted line, attorneys, the whole nine. You got to do the whole nine. However, even with the paperwork, I still want a handshake because I want your word, and I'm trusting and believing that you are a man or a woman of your word, and I'm trusting your character at this point to know that whatever we're agreeing on, that you're going to fulfill your side of the deal.
Right.
I'm going to fulfill my side of the deal, and we can have a successful partnership or, business, venture, whatever it is. Because a lot of times people don't fulfill their end of the deal, but they still want you to fulfill your end of the deal.
Man.
So, man, it's so critical to even go into business with people or individuals that got good character. You got to watch them, because it's extremely important.
But you to go with that, you also have to do, be willing to do business or even just learning people before going into whatever venture, personal,
for sure,
business, whatever the case is. So what I mean by that is I always look at it like this. When I was younger, and I'm sure you can attest to this.
Yeah.
I think, for example, the way we became friends. It's a longer story, but short version is I had friends I was hanging with, you had friends you were hanging with, and we all hung together, right?
That's fact.
I didn't know you well,
right.
But young, it's high school, and a situation popped off. I was the type of person that because I chose to be in this group that you were in, we were in the same group for different reasons, different people, we was in the same group. I'm the type of person, since I made that choice to be with that same group, if something happens and I'm in this group, I got to ride for this group.
Hey, man, right? and I don't even want to leave the people hanging. Listen, this was in high school, people, so don't judge us now. But, man, this is Chicago. You know, we growing up in Chicago, and at this time, we in high school. For some reason, some gang members or whoever, they wanted to fight me. They picked me out the crowd for whatever reason.
I don't know why.
Exactly. I don't know why. I don't know why you want to make that decision. Don't do that. You don't want to do that anyway. But you know, when they chose to confront me for whatever, you know, what they had on their mind, I stood my ground. I was ready to take off, not running, take off full fledged. Whatever they want to do, I was willing and with it. I was going, you know. And what I did not realize is when I'm standing my ground, preparing for whatever's gonna happen, I noticed that they kind of slowed down, like they kind of backed up, and I'm thinking at this point, like, so now y'all realize y'all made a mistake. And then I look to my side, and Jamel is standing right there. He's standing right, like I say, man, we didn't know each other that well.
But I was with you.
But he was with me.
I'm not gonna be with you unless I'm with you. So,
you know, I mean, we got thousands of stories like that, right? You know, it's crazy stories. But, you know, it's those situations where you start realizing who a character of a person is. He realized, I'm not going to back down because I'm also going to protect the group that I'm with.
Right.
Meaning, if you guys targeting me and I chicken out, then now you're going to go to the next person that's in our group.
Yep.
And my thing is, while I'm handling whatever business I got to handle, y'all can make a move however y'all got to make a move to be safe. I'm not going to be that guy to sit here and say, you can't run. Listen. If you are faced against something crazy, where's your track shoes?
Come on, man.
Bro, put on them track shoes. You know, like, because it's about living, bro. It's not about being tough. You know what I'm saying? And being young at that time, maybe that's a situation where, you know, I couldn't leave. I couldn't run because I was with a group. Now, if I was by myself, like if I was by myself, you know, I could make that decision. But, you know, I would never run on a person or a group of people that I'm with, because now you leaving your people. What type of person are you to do that? You know, but if you're by yourself and you're in a situation, man, just take off. You know, just take off.
But bro, that situation for me was an introduction to character. Facts. Right? And what I'm going with it is, whether it's business or friendships, whatever relationships you choose and you know making a choice to be in or consciously choosing to be in business, obviously, like you said, you gonna do your due diligence and have a contract for whatever the work is, whatever the service, whatever the partnership, whatever the agreement that is advised, of course. But even before you get to that point, you should have some sort of understanding of the character in which, you know, the person or the team is, company that you're looking to do business with, because it has to align. It's not. It doesn't come down to what a person has or what a company can do or something that you've seen in the past. It's got to be you sitting across the table from them, or it's just got to be aligned, man. Because you look up, you can sign the fanciest contract, man, 100 pages if you want, and think that something's gonna get done or something's gonna go in your favor or something's gonna pan out the right way. But if it's not divine, if it's not, you know what I mean, if it's not orchestrated by God, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna work. So again, from your friends, from who you do, your business partners, who you sit across the table from and do business with, man. It's gotta be aligned, and you can't be afraid to walk away. You can't be afraid to run. It's absolutely necessary that you keep your feet to the fire and make the right decisions based on the convictions of your heart that you know are in your best interest. And you know what I mean? I'm just saying, because you look up, I'll put it this way, bro. I've been in contracts with people that didn't have the right hearts and didn't have the right intentions. Facts. And I had to walk away knowing, hey, man, this person stole the money we earned. It is what it is. Messed up whatever business we had going.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and I'm walking away picking up the pieces, or I'm walking away starting up. A lot of people see me.
Man, same thing. I don't have real estate deals with individuals, man, where they couldn't even get the money for the construction without me signing on it.
Right.
You know, and that whole thing just blew up in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like we done had experiences with people, you know, because our hearts is big, man. First thing we want to do is help. You know what I'm saying? If you have a situation and I can help you with that situation, for people who don't know my background, you know, I was a developer, you know what I'm saying, like building houses from the ground up, you know, years of experience of doing that, you know what I'm saying, flipping houses, buildings, you know, the whole nine, like going crazy. You could not say Mark Edmond in Chicago and people that was in the real estate at that time didn't know who I was.
Yep.
You know, I used to run with some real heavy hitters who taught me everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was a family, you know, that was really big in real estate. Beautiful family, man. And, you know, so they taught me everything, you know. And even from that, you know, as I venture off and start doing my own thing, you know, I started, you know, that's when I started getting a lot of cuts and bruises, you know, myself, you know, because I would jump into just contracts with people because of what they would say. You know, oh yeah, I got this house, I got this, and I'm looking for this, and I'm like, man, yeah, I know you from back in the day, woo, woo.
Right.
And I go in, then now when I'm in there, it's like stuff changing, like you bringing more people in, like this is not what we said, like now what's happened with this? I done paid this guy, now you got this guy coming here doing the same work, and like now the money's getting messed up, now this is back. So you know what I did? Hey, I got quiet and I be still. Cool. Yeah. If you think you can do it without me, do it. You know, what happened was that particular project got done. It got completed. I don't know how good the quality was. Thank God it did get completed, you know, without me, you know, but I was grateful that I was out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a bad deal to get with. It was something I shouldn't have got into from the beginning, you know, and I was grateful because, you know, at the end of that deal, just because I was like, yo, I'm not fighting with nobody. I'm not finna go through this.
Right.
You know, this is your house. I was just trying to help. Cool. I'll move out. Now, the project lasted probably 6 or 7 months longer than it should have. You know what I'm saying? And that could be a little exaggeration. You know, I could be a little biased. But, you know, it lasted way longer than it should have lasted, you know. And I'm like, see, I would have been done with the crib. You know, I done built the house from the ground up in you know what I'm saying, maybe 60 days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 60. I was gonna say 30 days.
I seen them do it.
You know, 30 days. Like I did that once or twice, but 60 days.
Wow.
I had a house up, ready, pretty much moved in ready. You know what I'm saying? And I was killing them at that. You know, so, and then the people who I had working for me was pristine people.
Right.
And then another thing is, sometimes people see you working like that, come to the sites, they'll see those workers, and then they want me to go do a flip for them.
Right.
And then I come in with a different crew. They're like, man, these ain't your same guys. I'm like, yeah, because you ain't paying the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here that want, you know, the champagne, but they got a beer budget. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, man, you can't have the champagne, and you got the beer budget. You got to get the beer. This is a top quality beer. It's a good beer, but it's not champagne, you know. So, man, I just think that's it. It's so critical to choose wisely who you do business with, you know what I'm saying, and you know, especially long-term businesses. You know,
don't lose sight as you're doing that. Don't lose sight of yourself and your own responsibility within that.
Facts.
And what I mean by that
hear
is,
facts.
Well, yeah, what I mean by that is there are people out there that look to manipulate, that look to take advantage of your work or your craft, or just want to be close to what you're doing. And that's one thing that's a very real thing to watch out for. And that's what I mean about character and who you do things with.
Facts.
But there's also a responsibility on you yourself. One, not to be that person, obviously. But I'm saying this from experience of being locked into a craft, right?
Yeah.
For me, it was music. I'm always in the studio. I'm always focused on the finished product. I'm always focused on, the stage production, presence, everything that goes into that. I was always focused on the craft. And then when I looked to bring in people to help me build the situation or build on what I was putting together, or manage what I was, the product. Yeah. I found myself in the same situations, whether it be music, whether it be business, other ventures. And I have had to take inventory of myself over the years, even till now, to realize, okay, if I keep ending up in the same situations, I'm not gonna keep blaming, I'm not gonna keep blaming the bad guy.
Man, you crazy if you think if something happened to you more than twice, man. It's not the people, it's not the situation, bro. Right. It's you.
So that's
like everybody listen, man. Accountability is so critical, man. Mm-hmm. I gotta find this a verse in the Bible, man. And it says be weary on living a blameless life, something along those lines.
Wow.
And I'll find it, but basically what it's saying is can you imagine living a life and you're not responsible for anything that happens to you?
Right.
Everything just happens to you, just is someone else. Never you. No, bro, it's you. Or sister, it's you. Like it's not
my mother, not my father, but it's me, oh Lord.
You got to take accountability. Because that's how you grow. If you lying to yourself, if you think you don't make mistakes, you thinking that I did everything I can do, I worked as hard as I could. Right. I did my very best, and it's not me, it's them. They picking on me. Then come on, man, bro. That it doesn't even sound right.
That's what I'm saying for myself. Shame on me.
Shame on me.
Shame on me.
Shame on me
for focusing only and solely on the craft of a thing or the creative side of a thing. Or I'm just so locked into being creative and like you said, I can build a house from the ground up. I can perform here. I can do this. I can do that. And it's bro, you missing steps.
You missing steps
on the business. You missing steps on what your brand is supposed to represent and what the people that you put around that are supposed to represent. It's everybody that you bring into the fold, everybody that you bring on your team is an extension of the vision and the character of your brand, of your business, of your company. Everybody that you allow your kids to hang around, that's who your kids gonna become like. So you know what I mean? Think about future, so man. All of those things are critical, and it stretches beyond the contract. It stretches beyond a conversation or two. You really got to know who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with. And sometimes some people are so good at it that you still won't know, you still got certain due diligences that you do so that you know what I mean, so that you don't set yourself up to fail.
I'm just, is the person that you want to work with, are they willing to do 10,000 hours?
Have they?
Are they willing, right? Have they did it? Are they willing to put in 10,000 hours to become knowledgeable and a professional, right? And in whatever role that is? Have they mastered their role?
Yes.
Have you mastered your role?
Right.
If you cannot answer that question, you still have a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so important and critical that you put in the work. You put in the time. Who you are when no one is looking, that's who you are.
Yeah. If
you in the house by yourself and you going to sleep, you eating, you being lazy, you being sloppy, you just watching TV, you ain't being productive, that's who you are.
There's no situation that would change that for you.
That's who you are. And sometimes you have people that is who they are. But when they step outside, they put on some nice clothes, they look good, They make you think that they're doing more work than what they are. And they're the person who want to be up front. There's a person who want to be, center in the camera. That's the person who want to, put on this elaborate show as if they're the brains and the operations behind the whole thing. And the reality is, like, bro, you don't even know who you are.
No, it's the it's the class project.
It's the class project.
Watch out for the guy, the girl in the class project.
They don't do no work.
They didn't do no work.
But they put their name on the paper.
They missed the whole all of the work sessions and all that. They was late. They didn't do nothing. But it's time to present. They want to hold the notebook. They want to give a speech because they didn't do nothing.
They come in at the end and they come in, during time. I'm just checking on you, see what's going on. To make it seem like they're doing work and they not putting in work, man.
But again, that's what I'm saying. But don't be the quiet person.
Don't be the quiet
doing
person.
all the work in the background.
Yeah, like not saying nothing because it could bite you later on, man. And the reality is, you need a solid team. First of all, before you even get into a team, man, you need yourself to be
work
solid.
on yourself. Work on yourself.
Because whatever you do, you need to bring, that value to whatever projects that you got up in your head. If you cannot dedicate that time to get it done, to complete it, to finish it, let's stop picking things up and putting them down and they incomplete.
Yep.
Let's focus. Let's think. Even if you got to say, I can't do this right now because I'm honest with myself. I got kids. I got a job. I got, baseball practice. I got basketball practice. I'm a coach over here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have the time to really put into this. That's fine. It's not the time for you.
But sometimes people selfishly don't want to miss an opportunity.
Yeah, people don't want to miss opportunity.
But you have to look to add value to whatever situation that you are in.
And you're not dedicated to it. You're truly not dedicated to it. And it's like, bro, like, hey, I can't help you, bro. Like, it's nothing I can do because you're not doing it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Put in work. Build your team out. Be willing to do whatever it takes beyond excuses. I said a few times, you're not going to outwork me. That's my mindset. This man right here do a lot of work.
You see, I ain't saying nothing.
He do a lot of work.
Just do the work.
Hey, and it shows. And I show. So when he working and I'm working, he in his mindset, Mark not going to outwork me. In my mindset, I can't let Jamel outwork me. Then I look up. Like you said, it's a day I'm chilling with the family.
As you should.
And he's sending me, hey, look at this. I got this. I'm like, oh, he doing some work. and I'm sitting at the crib with the family.
That's how I feel right now. I seen the work you sent me the last couple of days, and I'm like, okay, God, what I'm finna do now? It's time to get to it.
But see, that's a working partnership. That's how it's supposed to be. It's friendly. It's competitive, but it's a friendly competition.
We all win.
That keeps us winning.
Yep.
That's the end goal. The end goal is to win 360. You want to win all the way around.
Yes.
You want to win at home. You want to win in business. You want to win with your faith.
Yeah.
You want to win on all platforms. You want to win with your health. Don't give me great health and I'm poor. Mm-hmm. Don't give me, I'm poor, what I'm saying, or I'm rich, but my health is poor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want it all. Give me all. I know it might not always happen
it's
like
available, though.
I want it all.
It's available.
I want the happy life with the happy wife. I want to make sure I'm the leader of that house.
Hey, happy spouse, happy house.
That's what they say. I want to make sure I lead that. I want my kids to be the best that they can be.
Yeah.
Private school, whatever it takes. But more than that, integrity, man. Education starts at home.
Yep.
What are you teaching them, man? Like we can send them to all the private schools in the world, but are they? The schools is teaching them basic knowledge,
man.
But are you teaching them who they are? Are you teaching them their value? Are you teaching them how can you help and push this world forward?
Yes, sir.
It's not about helping everybody. It's about helping one person. Are you teaching your kids how to be accountable? I have a 7-year-old, and he'll still tell me, man, Pop, I blew it. I'm like, what happened? he said, you told me to study, and I told you I did study, but Dad, I lied. I didn't study. This is a real conversation. Man. And then I was like, okay. He said, and on our way to school, you asked me if I needed practice. You know, we talking about like a spelling test. You know, and this is a straight A student, by the way. And he'll say, and you asked me on the way to school, do I need to practice my spelling test? And I said, no, I got it. Because, Dad, I really believed and thought I had it.
Yes.
And then he said, here's my spelling test. I got one wrong.
Come on, man.
He said, I put an I instead of an E. He's like, I knew it. I knew that. But when I sounded out, I heard an I. And I'm like, I'm not upset with you. I'm like, you know why? Because you already came to me with accountability. You know you messed up.
Right.
It's not that, hey, my teacher ain't give me enough time to study, or, you know, I got distracted, or this happened. My son knows at 7 years old that he said, Dad, I blew it because I could have prevented this.
Yeah.
By just doing even just what you requested, what you asked.
Yeah.
And because I know my son, I'm not pressuring him to say, hey, you have to study right now. Go drop everything. If he said he got it, he got it. Because I know my son.
Man.
And if he say he don't got it, he will say, Dad, I need help. I teach my kids to ask for help.
I just love when, like, we can learn lessons from our kids.
Yes.
And truthfully, our kids are doing a better job at a lot of this stuff.
Oh, when I was 7, it was a completely different story.
I'm talking about now.
I'm
learning lessons now harder than the way he learned that lesson, bro. Like,
exactly. But, you know, it's different teaching methods. You know, our parents at that time did the best they can do. Mm-hmm. You know, it was a different era. At that time, it was getting you prepared for this crazy world that you're about to embark on.
Right.
You're a black kid on the south side of Chicago, you know, and you got to travel to and from school. Every day is not promised.
Right.
You know, it's tough, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Life happens. You got to be prepared for it. So as much as our parents are trying to prepare us, you know, with the education, they also have to leave us room and prepare us for the streets.
Yes.
You know, prepare us how to defend ourselves. You know, like even if it's taking them to church. You know, you grew up in church. You know, that's a defense. That's the kids got something to focus on.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could have been a lot worse if we didn't have that upbringing inside of a church.
I was just praying over my son today about him being a leader. 3, almost 4 years old. Like I tell him, like, son, you are a leader.
Yes.
Don't follow nobody that's doing nothing that you know is wrong. Like you
that
are
starts
a
at
leader,
home.
and you are being taught as best as we can to know right from wrong.
He's not going to get that at school,
and you got it in you already.
I don't care how much you pay for him to go to school,
like,
bro. He's not going to get that at school.
Man.
That starts at the household. You know what I'm saying? That's how critical this is, man. Like I said, I don't know what y'all thought the Black Bread Show was going to be about. You know, if you thought it was just going to be 100% business. But, man, we want to show you guys how to live the best quality life.
Yep.
You know, in business is a focus, but family is a focus. Your faith, your spirit is a focus. You know, and these are the conversations that we have that we want to share with you guys.
The whole thing,
man. You can't have one without the other.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like he said, what he just said about his son, man, how he prayed over his son, man, that's powerful. Even the image.
Me and my wife.
Exactly. Even the image of this black family. Imagine how this kid is looking at this. Man, my father prays over me. So guess what he wants to do? He wants to pray over his kids. Mm-hmm. Why? Because his father do it.
All day.
Your son or your daughter might be on a tablet or YouTube and Instagram or something all day long and playing a game all day long. That's fine. That's cool if that's what you want them to do. But you know why? 9 out of 10 because you doing it all day long.
Yeah.
Your kids on YouTube and can't put the iPad down, can't put the cell phone down. Every time she see you or he see you, they come and say, hey, mommy, daddy, can I get your iPhone? You know why? Because when they look at you, you're on your iPhone. You're scrolling.
Spend some time with them.
You're scrolling.
Everybody turn the screen off, man.
Yeah.
It's not always easy.
It's not. It's difficult.
Thank
God for iPhones.
Yeah, I was going to say I enjoy ESPN, Sports Center. Hey son, go grab your iPad.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool.
It's a time for everything,
bit,
man.
Yeah.
But it all has to be controlled, right? But kids imitate what we do. They're gonna do what we do. If you scream and argue, they're gonna scream and argue.
Yep.
If you curse, they're gonna start cursing. You know, if you praying, they're gonna pray. You know, like if you studying or working, they're gonna do their homework. They're gonna study and work.
Side note, I do catch Mello every now and then. He'll say a word, and I be thinking, me and the wife look at each other like, did he just curse?
Right? Where did he get that from? Hey, first thing my wife say, YouTube.
Nah,
YouTube. Shout out to YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know because with like the YouTube kids and stuff, that stuff is censored. So
no, YouTube kids is
from.
But see, man, my kids smart, bro. They figured that out. They know the difference between the YouTube Kids app and YouTube app. My kids be going on YouTube. I start them off on YouTube Kids. I come back, they full-fledged YouTubing.
No, sir.
Yes.
No,
man, I'm telling you, bro.
I believe you.
I just figured out how to program my phone where I can put something on and have it where any button that you press, you can't move it.
Yeah.
You know, they can't turn it up. They can't turn it down. They can't switch it. They just got to watch that.
Bro, it's certain things on YouTube Kids I block. I just blocked some today. It was yeah, bro.
Man, you be hearing all type of stuff, man, about this Papa Pig. I don't know if it's good or bad. I be sitting here just like, let me watch some Papa Pig. And yeah, I don't Pig, a lot of stuff I don't catch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't see nothing wrong with it. And then I see somebody else talking about it, like, oh, I didn't even peep that.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
So you gotta watch it, man. But at the same time, I think about our cartoons we grew up on. The Simpsons was OC.
First of all,
The Simpsons was OC.
I was not supposed to watch The Simpsons.
I was watching.
There was a lot of stuff you weren't supposed to watch.
I was watching that every day.
I wasn't supposed to watch Martin.
It came on at 5 and 5:30.
We used to watch Martin at 11 at night.
Martin.
And it had the loudest intro. I used to sneak in my sister's room.
Martin.
Yes, with the horns exactly. And bro,
crazy.
My mom used to be like, "Y'all back there watching Martin?" We were like, "No, turn the TV down, turn it down." Yeah.
You know what's crazy, man? Like a show I was not supposed to be watching, and I used to sneak and watch it. I know the whole world finna laugh at me, man, but the Three Stooges.
Come on, man. I thought you said,
nah, bro. I used to fool with them, bro. I used to watch the Three Stooges, bro. It's crazy. I'm old. I know. I'm telling my age right now. I
watched that too.
But listen, bro. Mo, Larry, and Curly, OC.
I used to watch that. I ain't gonna.
Wow.
But why? Wait.
They need to reboot that.
You weren't supposed to watch it.
Bro, yeah, it was bad. They was hurting each other. They was doing all kind of stuff, bro. To me, it was just hilarious, bro. Like, I mean, watching somebody get hit with a ladder,
right? Or
you know, what I'm saying, drop the bowling ball on somebody's foot, man. Right. Like that was hilarious.
Yeah,
you know, I wasn't supposed to be watching that though. Shout out to my OG, man, because she came in a few times and she seen me watching it, and she just closed my door and she was just going about her business. Thank you, mama.
Yeah, you know. It's all it's good.
You know, because she knew, man. She like I threw out, and she just told me the other day, like, boy, you was not supposed to be watching that,
right?
But yeah, man.
What else? You know what it was with me? Music used to get me because it would be like, man, I would go to school, and you'd be on a school bus, and it'd be like, I remember back in whatever it was in Chicago, of course. Remember what was a Crucial Conflict? Hey, in the middle of the barn.
Hey, in the middle of the barn.
I used to be so salty on the school bus because I ain't know the words.
What? Oh my God!
I learned the words ultimately, but I ain't know the words, bro. And Cass was on the school bus rapping, "Hey, in the middle of the barn." I ain't know the words.
You know what, man? Me coming up, music was one of them things. You know, my father was a musician, right?
Yeah.
So in my house, you know, music was one of those things that my parents just took as full entertainment.
Right.
And they knew some stuff was OC, but it was just like at that time in age, it's just like, hey, this is what the kids listen to now. I don't understand it.
Right.
You know, because my father, you know, he'll be listening to some Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? Right. My mom's probably got like Anita Baker somewhere playing. So, you know, I would listen to that with them. But, you know, every once in a while, like I said, I put on the Bone Thugs and Harmony, or who I used to listen to a lot, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crucial Conflict for sure. Mm-hmm. I used to listen to who else? I mean, I guess everybody, man, at the time. I used to do a lot of Jay-Z at the time. I used to listen to old school stuff, Biggie. You know, I just fell in love with, man, I don't even know if I should say this. I probably get, like, kicked off, you know, but I just, like, truly fell in love with Wu-Tang. I know I'm mad late, bro, because the whole thing is, I used to listen to Wu-Tang with my big cousin, my cousin Oscar. You know, shout out to Oscar, man.
Yes, sir.
He put me on like really great music. You know, KRS-One, like really great people. He put me in tune with all that. You know, and he used to always try to put the Wu-Tang thing on me. Like, so I would hear songs and woo-ha, you know, like I would hear different things. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I was kind of young at the point, so like I didn't understand like what they were saying was just all over my head. Right. And then probably like maybe like a year or two ago, I just really started listening to Wu-Tang, and I'm like, dude, these bars is crazy.
Right.
This is sick. Like, I mean, I when I work out, Wu-Tang all day. Like, that's all I put on, man. Wu-Tang, I'm going crazy in the gym.
Nice.
Like, facts.
Yeah. You know what I would say? Don't feel too bad, because even with me, a lot of people expect me to know every song from my generation, or you know, like. But
I don't even know if Wu-Tang was our generation for real. I mean, it's a Method Man, maybe.
What I was going to say was, but to be honest, bro, we was outside, bro.
Yeah, we was outside.
Kids. We was wilding out. There's a lot of music that I missed because I wasn't thinking about music. Like you said, grew up it was in the house, and
then you got to think of that time period, man. Music was, you had to have it,
right? You
know, it wasn't streaming. It wasn't like, hey, it's on Tidal or it's on Apple Music. Like, it wasn't that, man. It was like, yo, you got to go buy the album.
You got to go to the store.
Or you got to watch, like, you know, Channel 75, like The Box.
I was going to say, shout out to The Box.
You know, yeah, like, you know, The Box or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or catch it on the radio if it was on the radio.
And tape it off of the radio.
And try to tape it off the radio. Exactly. Then you got your cassette tapes and things like that. You know, then you could listen to it with a Walkman. So,
a Walkman. Wow.
Yeah, remember the Walkmans? Oh, that wasn't even a tape. Well, they did have Walkman tapes.
It was Walkman tapes.
And then they had the Walkman CDs joints. I remember. That's the Walkman CDs is where I came on. Yeah.
They used to skip, though.
I used to love. I had a Sony joint, man. That one was dope. Like, high quality, man. Shout out to Sony for that one.
With the headphones with the
headphones, the sponge on it, bro. You couldn't tell me nothing, man. It had the best quality ever, bro. I actually missed that CD player, but anyway, that Walkman.
Nah, that's making me think about the episode of Martin with the CD player. Every now and then, I'm gonna bring up Martin reference. Sorry.
Exactly. Nah, yeah, we fool with Martin.
The CD player, yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, talking about Martin, man, I heard they coming out with another Bad Boys, like a part. What's this part?
Should
4?
Be 4.
I think so. Yeah. Bad Boys Part 4.
We know it's gonna be good.
I know it's gonna be good. I can't wait to see that, man. Shout out to Martin and Will Smith, man.
And Creed 3 is up. Creed, ready for that.
Michael B. Jordan. Hey, that's gonna be crazy. I can't wait to see that as well.
I don't think Rocky in it, bro.
Did Rocky die off on it?
It seemed like they was doing that because when the last fight he won, I think if I'm on the right,
he had cancer.
But yeah, that was the first one. But then on the second one, I felt like Rocky sat in the chair and was watching him win the last fight or something like that. And if I'm correct, if that was the second one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It just felt like, man.
Like, it felt like he wasn't going to be in the next one. Hey, man, shout out to Rocky, man. Hey, that was your favorite stuff. I remember coming to your house back in the day, boy. You used to throw Rocky on. I'm like.
So all them old school movies I got from my dad. It was like that. Don't laugh. Last Dragon. I just watched Last Dragon.
Oh my God, Last Dragon.
All the movies, man.
Classic.
So many movies, bro. But yeah, Rocky is like.
I can't even say the movie like I watched 1,000 times coming up.
What's the best? What's your best series? Like for me, it is Rocky.
I would go with Rocky 2, man. Best series is either Rocky or it would be like like Goodfellas for me.
Oh.
Like I was big into some like mafia movies.
Yeah, mob movies. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day.
Shout out to Paid in Full.
Paid in Full for sure, man.
That's definitely
that's like in my top 5, bro. Paid in Full, man.
Used to watch that every day.
Man.
Every day,
man.
Everybody
I used to do Boys in the Hood.
My wife hates that movie. She's like, it's just so sad. It's so sad. I'm like, this is real life.
Listen, man. The movie I was addicted to, bro, was Menace to Society. Bro,
see that?
look at them wheels.
Right.
Like, bro, when I tell you, man, I watched that movie every day, bro. That movie kept me in the crib because I'm like, bro, these models is wild.
Yeah, them movies was like really.
That movie was wild, man. Like, yo, you got to be 18 years old or older. You might be 21 or older to watch that movie. That movie crazy.
I was late to the party on. Y'all gonna give me for this? I was late to the party on Friday. I was late.
That's crazy.
I was so again. It was back then. Probably it was a household thing. Like
Friday was a super classic.
I didn't watch it until I didn't see it in its entirety until I was older. And again, I would be in school, and all the jokes that came from Friday, I ain't know.
Hey, but you know what, man? I do got one confession, man. I never watched in full The Color Purple.
I'm sorry, because me too. Hey, here's what it is. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Wait. No. Scratch. Not The Color Purple, because that's with Oprah, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen Color Purple.
Not Color Purple. Ooh, this is messed up. My bad, y'all. Purple Rain.
And see,
that's what I was finna say. Not.
Shout out to my sister. She the biggest Prince fan. I haven't seen Purple Rain either.
Listen, I never watched Purple Rain, bro.
And this whole scenario happened on Martin too. See,
that's what I'm saying.
It happened
man.
on Martin where
Dang, I said The Color Purple, man. Shout out to The Color Purple.
They
man.
mixed up Color Purple.
Dang,
and Purple
so you never watched The Color Purple before?
No, I never watched Color Purple.
Oh my God, bro. No, you gotta watch Color Purple, right. Bro. You know, you never.
No, I never watched it. But shout out to everybody in it.
Yeah, shout out. Hey, man, I know what I'm getting you.
Y'all let us know, man. Let us know. Leave us some comments.
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
What movies y'all keeping up with? Hey, what's your favorite trilogy or whatever series? Yeah, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hey, man, shout out to to Prince, man. Rest in peace to Prince, man.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I got your movie mixed
up with. Hey, man, two great movies.
It's Purple, man. Two great movies, man. I was thinking Purple something. And I was like I said, I never seen a movie. So it's like Purple Rain. Hey. That's what it is. And I remember the first time I even knew it was a movie was at your house because your sister was a huge fan of Prince. Shout out to Jamel.
Yeah, and she used to make everybody dress up in purple.
Yeah, and I remember seeing I'm like, Prince got a movie?
I never showed up.
Yeah. I thought you watched it.
No, she's the reason I never watched it.
I never seen that movie. So, yeah.
But we will though.
But no.
I'm gonna check out The Color
Purple. You will watch
Color
Purple, bro. No, I ain't watching Purple Rain. I'm cool, man. I watched The Wiz, though. Tell me you watched The Wiz.
Never saw The Wiz.
Oh my God. We gotta end this now. All right, y'all. Thank y'all, man. This is another great episode of the Black Bread Show.
Yes.
We got some binge movie watching we gotta get done.
Gotta listen to some Wu-Tang.
Gotta watch The Color Purple. And we gotta watch The Wiz, bro.
Got you.
Hey, Michael Jackson, rest in peace, man. I think I might have said that already, but hey.
Never too much, man.
Never too much. But hey,
thank y'all.
It's been fun, man. We hope you got something, man. You know what I'm saying? This one was fun, man.
Yeah. Episode 4, we'll be back for
Hey, we
more.
Be back, man. Check in. Let's go.
Bring your energy. This brand is truly for us.